Hello, welcome to Comics Tuesday. This is kind of a different episode because instead of laying everything out like I normally do, I just want to kind of talk for a minute. And since it's the end of the year, I just want to talk about what this past year has been like as far as comic books. And especially my own personal thoughts and feelings on it. And there have been a lot of really notable things. Probably the most notable is that I started making these videos. Yeah, I started off and had no idea that I would keep doing it every week and that I would love doing it so much. That's been a totally new experience. And then even broader than that, I've started actually keeping up with and following, purchasing more comic books than I have in a few years. That's been real fun. And then as far as the comics that are coming out, it kind of feels like things are starting to shift. You know, like it's a really great time to be into comic books. But on the other end of that, you've had some nonsense, some things that I don't like. As far as events, you've had the big ones, Marvel and DC. They each had a big event this year. And it's kind of interesting the way it goes out because the DC one, Convergence, just absolute crap. But I love it. I mean, don't bother reading it or anything, but the way the story plays out through like time travel nonsense and all that, they free up a lot of possibilities to write stories in, and as they're starting to explore that, I think that's really cool. It's kind of like, it kind of is a necessary evil when all's said and done. And then over at Marvel you have kind of the opposite because you have Secret Wars, which is okay at times, but I hate everything about it. The whole way they tried to pull this off, it's bad. Because I hated having every book canceled and having everything connect to Secret Wars, and I hate the delays and hate having all the new number ones and having to wonder how the continuity plays out. I could have done without it all. Bright spot in that too, though, is Spider-Man, which kind of comes with good and bad because I love Spider-Man. It's probably my favorite superhero. And during Secret Wars, we had a good Spider-Man series. No offense if you really like the current one, but I don't. That's me. But I loved Renew Your Vows. I feel like that it was very near being the perfect Spider-Man story. And I was just so excited to have a Spider-Man that is like the one that I know and kind of expect to read. And then I'm just so heartbroken when it goes back to the main continuity. But that being said, I mentioned all the new things changing up. And Secret Wars and all different Marvel have been the perfect jumping off point. And I don't just say that as a dig at Marvel, but it's actually been a good thing for me. Because I would want to read most Marvel books if they continued on at a decent quality. But that's not happened. One thing or another has messed it up. And like I mentioned, Secret Wars just cutting everything off. Yeah, I didn't go back to a lot of things, including Spider-Man. Oh, yeah, one other note on Spider-Man. Spider-Verse, that was the ultimate event because it was very flawed, but it was also very cool. So that got me back reading Spider-Man until Secret Wars. Now that's over. I really don't want to go back to the normal Spider-Man, so I didn't. But that being said, being able to drop multiple titles frees up some spending power, alright? And you have some new DC books that have been good enough to catch my attention for sure. So I've been reading Cyborg, I've been reading JLA, and I probably wouldn't have picked those up if I had had my full Marvel roster. Also, Image books. Image has been killing it this year. You know, for a long time I thought of the heyday of Image being the 90s when they were hitting it big with Spawn or whatever, but this year has been like a new age of quality books. They've had things like Bitch Planet and The Majority of Sex Criminals. Within Image, they've had some Top Cow going on. The one that makes me very sad that Witchblade ended, but I haven't even been that heard about it because Switch started, and it's awesome. You've also had The Tithe. One more thing before I ramble on forever. The Archie reboot. It's amazing. And you can see in Marvel and DC, they're kind of shifting and trying to put out content that's similar to that, which is just good for the readers. When you end up with things like the Batgirl comic, like Squirrel Girl, the Hellcat that just came out, that's really good. So yeah, to stop all the rambling about that, it's been a really interesting year. It's been probably my favorite year in comics so far because of the things going on in the industry, what's being published, my personal experience because I've gotten more into things. I started making these videos. It's been a real interesting time. So, since we're ending the year now, next one's about to start up, I'm really looking forward to just see if things keep going the way they do. Because it's been real fun. I'd like to see some more of all those things. And viewer, just keep it up. Stick with me. Read some comic books. Have a good old time. But I'm going to cut it off for about here. So, now it's time for the viewer question of the week, which is, what's your favorite comic you've read this year? Just leave that down in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, come back next time for Comics Tuesday. And next time I'm going to be, I don't know, wearing a funny hat maybe. Anyway, thanks for watching. Happy New Year.